Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome back. And today I will be giving you my match week 2 predictions. First game we have is Czechia versus South Africa. So in my opinion for that game, I will go for a score line of 2 to 2. 2 goals for Czechia and 2 goals for South Africa. Since South Africa will be motivated with Hugo Bruce and will try to score goals, and also Czechia will be one motivated as well. So I think it'll be a draw, since both teams have that mindset. Then we have Switzerland versus Bosnia, and I'll be real with you. If Switzerland have to win this game, and I think it's gonna be a draw as well. I'm sorry to be boring, but it's gonna be a draw. I think it'll be 1-1. Canada versus Qatar. Now Qatar should win this game, but I'm gonna go for a 2-1 Canada win. 2 goals for Jonathan David and a goal from Akram Afif. And now we have Mexico versus South Korea. Mexico definitely the favorites, but still that you don't want to underestimate South Korea. They have Son, Hyun Bin Ong, and all these players. And I will go even for that. I will go for the hosts, a 2-0 win for Mexico. Now you have USA versus Australia. This is going to be a nice game because Australia just came off a win against Turkey, and it's going to be a big game. But I will go for a US 1-0 win, Christian Pulisic goal. Scotland versus Morocco will be a nice game as well. Morocco coming into this game as favorites, but it doesn't really matter about favorites during that time. And I will go for a 2-1 Morocco win. 2 goals, 1 goal from Sabiri and 1 goal from Ashraf Hakimi. Brazil versus Haiti. Now, Haiti, they look decent against Scotland when I was watching them last. They had the chances, the attack, the everything. And Brazil, they didn't look the best. But still, I will go for a Brazil 2-1 and give it a narrow victory for Brazil. Turkey and Paraguay. Now this is a must-win game for both teams. Paraguay need to win in order to keep their goal differential up, and Turkey need to win because they just lost against Australia. And I do think that Turkey will win this game 2-1. I think that this will happen. Netherlands versus Sweden is going to be a masterclass of attacking, since Netherlands doesn't have a defense. Neither does Sweden, and I think it's going to be a 3-2 win for Netherlands. Germany versus Ivory Coast will be the one that everybody has on their schedule, and we'll be watching that. But I will go for a narrow 1-0 win for Germany. Ecuador versus Curacao. Now, everybody's thinking that this could be a smash up for Ecuador since Curacao just conceded 7 goals against Germany. But still, I will go for 3-0 Ecuador win, which is kind of a smash up. Tunisia versus Japan. Okay, so Tunisia, they just got their coach sacked, apparently, right in the group stage, Lamouchi. And they just signed one of the best coaches that you could get, Hervé Renard. The guy will experience and make this Tunisia team be better. But can they do it against a strong samurai Japan that will fight for their lives? I think that it's going to end up in a 2-1 Japan win. Barely, but they will still get it. Now we have more games in match week 2. Spain versus Saudi Arabia. Yamal versus Salim Al-Sauri. Now everybody's thinking, oh, like Spain just they tied against Cape Verde, but it's kind of an overreaction. If they tie against Saudi Arabia now you have a point. But I do think Spain will win and edge it out. I mean, edge it 1-0, Yamal goal or it comes off somebody, and then we have Belgium versus Iran. Yeah, Iran's defense has been a bit bad, I would say, but Belgium against my country, Egypt, because I'm Egyptian, they did poor, but still they got the result from a Lukaku and an own goal. And I do think that Belgium will win this 2-0. Uruguay versus Cape Verde could be the one where it could be Harambol at its peak, or Uruguay could be trying to go all in on those crosses, while Cape Verde with the five at the back. Vozinha, one of the best goalies I've seen in this World Cup, and I will go for it. 0-0 draw. Again, Cape Verde will hold out. Now we have New Zealand versus Egypt. My team, Egypt, versus New Zealand. Now I want. Now I really like the way that we play, and if we play like this, we will beat New Zealand, inshallah. But hopefully. But it will be hard. It's gonna be hard to say, but I will edge it to Egypt because of the firepower. I will this is say like maybe like a 2-0 win, 2-1, maybe something like that. Now we have Argentina versus Austria. Argentina, all one word. Lionel Messi, 3 goals. Amazing player. I am gonna go for an Austria. They played amazing against Jordan as well. Don't get me wrong. Arnatkovic, Schlotz, one of the best goal I've ever seen, and Alaba had a decent game. But I'm gonna go for a 2-0 Argentina win. 1 goal from Alvarez and 1 goal from Messi. France versus Iraq. Now this is gonna be a good game because France will want to play more attacking football while Iraq should be more defensive. I think this game will end in a 2-1 France victory. 1 goal from Doué and 1 goal from Osman Dembele. Now we have Norway versus Senegal. Oh man, this game is just the battle of two underdogs fighting each other, two dark horses that we call it. And I'm gonna go for a Senegal victory. Hear me out. Hear me out. Norway, we didn't see their full potential against Iraq, but I will. I and Senegal, they looked decent in the first half. They were building momentum, trying to do something. But I will say Sadio Mane will score, and I will say Pap Gay will score. And for Norway, it's gonna be Holland. Jordan versus Algeria. Must win for both teams. Must win for Algeria to prove themselves, and Jordan to show some empathy and some ego. First World Cup ever, and they're gonna try to do it. And I might go for a 1-0 Jordan win or a 0-0, but I'm edging towards a 0-0, and I will go for a 0-0. Portugal versus Uzbekistan. Now Portugal has to win this game. And do I even see them winning this game, to be honest with you? The way that they played so lethargic, so tired. Ronaldo just didn't have the best game. And I do think it could be a 1-1, and I'm going to go stick with a 1-1 or a 2-2. Now, England versus Ghana. England looked absolutely brilliant against Croatia the other game. Kane, 2 goals, Jude Bellingham, and then you have Rashford scoring a goal. And for Ghana, they win at the last moments of the game at the death against Panama. And I do think England will win this 3-1 England. Panama versus Croatia. Now, if you're in Croatia's situation, you got to win this game. And I do think they will against Panama because Panama is a bit weaker. And I think it's going to be a 1-0 win for Croatia and Modric's goal. Colombia versus DR Congo. Now, this is a big game. You saw how DR Congo played and Colombia played. It's just, I think Colombia has that more firepower, that more attackiveness, that more attacking mind. I think Colombia will get it done. I think Colombia will win 2-1. Thank you for watching my predictions, and hit the like button, subscribe, and we will deliver some more content like reactions, maybe even live streams towards the knockout rounds. And bye. Assalamu alaikum.